A mother of 10, Sharon Goodridge of 81 Fremont Street, Northeast Le Penitence, is battling for her life after she was stabbed and hammered to the head allegedly by her reputed husband. The man then attempted to commit suicide. The incident occurred just around 1 a.m. at the couple's Northeast Le Penitence home, and it stemmed from an argument between the two. The woman's husband, Aubrey Peters' suicide attempt failed since doctors were able to flush his system after he digested a poisonous substance. The two shared a relationship for over 2 years. Her brother, Robert Goodridge, said today the family was informed by the doctors that Sharon's chances of surviving is 50-50.
Well, the update at the hospital right now, she's in a very critical condition. We don't know whether if I still have a sister, or if she do survive, what our position or condition will be. Because from the doctor report is that we at a half and half chance right now, a 50-50 chance with her. And apart from the 50-50 chance, the doctor forwardly explained to us that if she do survive, she will actually be a vegetable. She wouldn't be no good for her children, or she wouldn't be no good for herself and her relatives.
Sharon's eldest sister, Corinne Goodridge, related to this newscast that the family lately learned that the couple had some problems, but she did not think it was so serious since the man never came across as a violent person.
I asked her, she said, man, I was to call you because Aubrey, and going back to Barbados and Aubrey cut me. Go for juke me my neck. But she said, man, I want to call my family in problem. You understand me? But if she cry because she got 11 brothers, I never tell her anything because I don't want to get into man and woman affairs, right? But I didn't know he was so violent. You understand? Because the way you come, he was a nice guy. You understand me? If she cry out and say, well, she was because she got plenty family.
The family members are hoping that justice will be served since the perpetrator is alive. Mark Moore reporting for Capital News.
Good evening, I'm Gordon Mosley, thanking you for joining us on our top story this evening, a horrific accident on the east bank of the Demerara. Reports reaching this newscast state that two minibuses were involved in a collision that left a number of persons injured. Several persons had to be rushed to the Georgetown Hospital and the hospital at Diamond. Up to news time, there were no confirmation on the seriousness of those injuries. But again, an accident on the east bank of the Demerara in the vicinity of Covenden left a number of persons badly injured. We will have more details on the story in tomorrow's newscast. Well, we're joined in Capital News now by Mark Murray, and he reports that Guyana is now joining forces with the Canadian to learn a thing or two about oil exploration. Thanks for staying with us here in Capital News. Well, we are joined by Mark Murray once again, and this time he reports that domestic violence remains a big issue in this country. Just this past weekend, another woman was savagely beaten and stabbed by her reputed husband. The woman is hospitalized. Doctors have given her a 50-50 chance of survival. As for that reputed husband, he's also in the hospital after he tried to take his own life. Things are not so sweet right now in the sugar industry. Just last week, the sugar workers were out protesting, and then came news that the sugar production may be lower than what was expected. Now, Guy Suko is blaming it on the rain. Now in Capital News, let's head over into the world of sports. And that's our broadcast and Capital News for this evening. On behalf of all of us here, please do enjoy the rest of the day. Goodbye. Stay with us. We'll be back in Capital News in just a moment.